Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Final Assessment, a podcast about evil. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
Today, Season 2, Episode 8, B is for Brain.
I just want to say before we start this, I do not like Kristen's husband. Why in the hell is he back? He shouldn't even be here. He doesn't give anything to the show.
Jeez, I can't believe, I barely noticed him the first watch through. I can't believe how off-putting I find him this second watch through.
I'm just like, he walked through the door and I was like, this asshole is back. Why? We don't need him.
Yeah. Anyway, so Kristen is in the bathtub drinking her holy wine.
Her holy wine.
Andy comes home. He's horny. Okay, there's a lot here. There's a lot going on here. So we learn some things at the same time Andy does. They're getting ready to get it on, and she's like, ow, ow. And apparently, so she claims she's burned herself making pancakes on the stove on her abdomen, which is a weird place to get burned while you're making pancakes. It's also very strange to be then burned in a heart or the shape of a cross.
Exactly.
So they start going at it, and she's getting very loud and demanding.
Yeah.
And he's like, we have children like 10 feet away. Please shut the fuck up. But she's like, okay. And she comes out, and she's got ball gags and masks. And he's like, what the fuck?
She's like, just shut up and put it on.
These masks will come back later in the series, but let's talk about what's happening with them now. I don't understand. Okay, I understand the ball gags because she just had this trauma of the silent monastery. I don't know about the mask. Whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. It's fine. Here's my question. What the fuck is that thing that glops down from the bed and it burns a hole through 1 floor, 2 floor into the basement?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to be the demon?
I don't know.
That's what I always thought, but I'm like, this was like a fever dream that somebody had while they were high or something. And
I thought it was like maybe a drop of sweat. I didn't even think about the demon thing.
it was gloopy, and it looked just like the demon gloop, and then it was so gross.
It's gone now. It's okay.
It's gone now, but like, what the fuck was even, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Oh my God. So
Okay.
So they do it in the loud and upsetting way, and then Kristen goes to the bathroom. They do not have an ensuite bathroom. It's just a bathroom in the hallway that everybody shares. And Kristen with her, is it a tiger mask? Mm-hmm. Kristen with her naked, except she's got her little bathrobe on, and her tiger mask, and goes to the bathroom, and one of the girls comes out like, Mom? And Kristen, I don't know what I would have done in this situation. But I guess maybe she did the best thing, because she just turns straight, she's like, rah! And the girl's like, okay, really, I can't. So she just walks away.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I think I would go and join a monastery if I ever opened the bathroom door to see my mother like that. I'm like, okay, goodbye. I do not want to be on this planet anymore.
So you would go to a nunnery?
No, a nunnery is an old-timey word for a house of ill repute. A convent would be where a nun goes.
Okay. So you'd go to a convent?
Yes. Because how could you ever think about sex again after you saw that? I do love the brain on the pop-out book. It's gnarly.
Yeah.
It's great. They're with the senior. They are being called in to investigate this brain mapping God helmet. They call it the God helmet, but I can't call it the God helmet because it's trademarked or whatever. So they go to this place where they're doing these experiments for this thing. It looks like a sci-fi thing.
It's like the electrode cap that they put on you for sleep.
Yeah. So 30% of the people that have gone through this experiment have had some kind of a spiritual experience. They do these interviews. They're kind of just sound like dreams. Like somebody says they're like walking through the snow and somebody there, but they can't see them. And somebody else says they met Keith Moon in heaven, and he did not run over his chauffeur.
Yeah, he told them he didn't run over a chauffeur.
Which is hilarious. They start getting into some stuff here, which they have hinted at in a couple previous episodes. Kristen suspects that the church is using this technology to make converts. And so Ben offers himself as a test subject. It makes sense, I guess, for Ben because he doesn't really have any expectations unlike the other two, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Kristen says she doesn't have expectations, but she does. She always does. So Ben,
We know what her expectations are.
we end this scene with Ben getting it on and counting backwards from 40 to 1.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's just bawling.
Yeah.
And so when we come back, okay, it looks at first like he's come out of it, but we know he hasn't because his mother appears there next to Kristen and David.
Yep.
And they're having a religious argument. She's like, you don't do your prayer. He's like, because you taught me to challenge things and be skeptical.
Yes.
But they go back to where he was born, and they're walking the streets, and they see this woman. She starts walking backwards. Apparently, this is a prostitute, and she doesn't have any feet. And then she turns into this dark figure with these claws, and Ben's freaking out.
Yeah.
So when Ben comes back out of it, the researcher's like, okay, well, yeah, some people see something like hell. Could you not have warned a person before they went in?
And Ben's like, but my mom was there.
Yeah, but also the weird backwards walking ghost with the claws was there. Anyway, so we go back to the church. Leland is there. Sister Andrea is there. She is doing her usual cleaning. Leland comes in and just drops dirt on her freshly cleaned floor. Because he's an asshole. Because everything he does is just to be miserable.
Yeah, he's such an ass.
And he's like, well, we should talk. You got me with your holy water, quote unquote. And she's like, well, that was during your exorcism, quote unquote. Really, he has figured out that her holy water was just ammonia. Her holy water was just ammonia. And he's like, here, let me show you. Pull out your hand. And she's like, okay. She puts out, she's got a knife.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. He's like, why haven't I heard of you? We're going back to this. She said, because I'm a nun. Because according to everybody else, I don't count. Oh, I don't really matter too much. Like, this is my point where it's like, oh, yeah. You know, even on the ground where all the spiritual warfare is being conducted, the fact that she's a nun has kept her kind of off everybody's radar.
Yep.
Even though she apparently, definitely from what we've seen of, like, the Monsignors, is more formidable.
Yes.
Why does he make this joke? He said, what's black and white, red all over? I thought he was going to say a nun in a blender. But it was a decapitated nun, which I guess that works too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just Leland giving her all these, you know, God warned you in heaven, but here your ass is mine.
Yeah, on earth your ass is mine.
Yeah. And she is like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
So
he's not scaring her at all.
and he doesn't know how to react when people don't back down from him.
Especially a woman.
He has the same issue with Cheryl, though Cheryl clearly has a weaker will. I mean, she has quite strong will, but she still has a weaker will than Sister Andrea. You know, but I mean, Cheryl baffles him too.
Yes.
And Kristen, you know, he kind of left Kristen alone because she didn't really give him what she wanted, but I think he saw that it was like,
He didn't upset her enough.
yeah, he was not going to get anything
Yeah,
from her.
she didn't get riled up by him.
I mean, she was straight up laughing in his face.
Yep.
At least, like, Sister Andrea takes him seriously. Kristen wasn't even taking him seriously.
Yeah.
He says this weird thing about the churches too hard on their nuns. I think they're sexy.
Yeah.
You do.
Creepy. It's so creepy.
In the meantime, Ben and his sister are Skyping, and he's grilling her about their mother's final days, if she has said anything or whatever. I mean, you get kind of typical. A lot of people have mothers like this, where it's just, it doesn't matter what you do. Everything you did would disappoint her. What are you going to do? You know. But obviously, this experience he had during this experiment is sitting with him, combined with everything else he's been going through. He's having a hard time.
Yes.
We have an amazing scene. We're talking about strong women not taking shit. Andy and Kristen are at the grocery store, and Andy's like, oh, you've changed, and blah, blah, blah. And Kristen's like, I haven't really changed. I've just kind of like gone back to the person I was before I became this boring suburban wife, you know.
Yeah.
And to prove her point, somebody attempts to cut in line. Real asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like, I don't have much. And she's like, you have more than we do. What are you doing? And she goes, stomps off, and she grabs a bag of peas or whatever.
It was a bag of potatoes, frozen bag of potatoes.
Bag of frozen potatoes. And she stomps back to him, and he's like, "It's over, bitch." And she just hauls off and hits him with the bag of potatoes, and it's amazing.
What was the comment he made about, "I'll show you my car"?
I don't know. It was really weird.
Okay, so you caught that too.
Yeah,
and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Like,
okay.
You're still cutting in line, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I heard that too. Like, it was weird.
Yeah, so she knocks him out, and they get up to the cashier, and she's like, "We don't need a bag."
Yeah, plastic will be fine.
Oh, it does?
And then she looks back to Andy. She's like, "Come on."
It was pretty funny. They're doing more interviews at the Research Institute. They have found somebody who had a hellish experience, and there was screaming naked people and giant creatures and claws, and I was like, okay. So Kristen's like, "Well, I'll go next." And David's like, "Did you just hear what she said?"
Yeah.
You just heard somebody describe hell. And she's like, "Well, good thing I don't believe in it then." Well, they get her all hooked up, and he's like, "I'll do it." Because at first, it's not registering. She's like, "Is it because I don't have a soul?"
Yeah.
She has noticed that one of her shoes is come unbuckled. This would drive me insane. I'd be like, "You have to stop the experiment. I have to buckle my shoe." But she didn't do that, so.
She kind of flipped it over.
But anyway, so David's like, "Well, I'll just do it. I'll just go." She's like, "Okay, fine." And David goes under, and he goes to her place, and he has this very detailed vision of Kristen going to kill LaRue. And when he comes out of it, he tells her, "I saw you kill LaRue." And Kristen's like, "Okay, well, that's not true. That's not a thing that happened." So she goes to Kurt, and she's like, "Dude,
he had this vision."
It's very specific. Like, he saw things there's no way, because Kurt's trying to explain it all away. "Well, he's seen LaRue's house, and he knows you climb." She's like, I really think he knows." And Kurt's like, "Well, maybe you should just tell him. Come clean with him, because you view him as an authority figure." None of it made sense. And she actually says that. She's like, "Does that make sense?"
Yeah.
And she goes over to David's, and the shoe buckle comes back. She notices her shoe buckle.
Yes.
That was Kristen notices her shoe buckle, and that was undone before she went in. So this whole time she hasn't fixed her shoe, but obviously this is our clue that she's still there.
Yes.
And if that didn't do it, the fact that when she gets to David's, he is not there, but Leland is, and he's eating David's leg.
Yes.
So Kristen comes out of it. David never went under for her.
Yeah.
So she goes back to Kurt, for real this time. And Kurt notices that she doesn't talk about Andy. Didn't mention him once. It's all David.
Yep.
Like, well, yeah, of course it is. Because why would you talk about Andy? Because, like,
yeah, he's never there anyway, so he's not a part of the problem.
Yeah. Kurt has some explanation about you want one or the other. It sounds like you want David, but maybe it's because is David unobtainable, or he's a challenge, or, what it is.
You want him and you can't have him.
Maybe,
Yeah.
Okay. So Cheryl has definitely set up shop in their garage, but Andy goes out there to talk to her. He's like, "Kristen has changed. Everything's so different." She tells her, she beat up some guy at the grocery store, which Cheryl thought was amazing.
Yes.
Well, because it was amazing. She's basically taking up for Kristen here. She just doesn't like Andy. I mean, let's be real. Cheryl is the audience stand-in here. She's just like, "Yes, Andy," because she's picking up all the slack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's eyeballing Eddie, too. Okay. We get a good look at Eddie here.
Yes.
A really good look at Eddie here. And I swear to God, God help me. This time around, I saw Eddie. I was like, Eddie looks like Aunt Lydia in The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I love Ann Dowd. Like, no shade to Ann Dowd, but it's just like the way they costume her. Eddie looks like Aunt Lydia.
Okay.
Anyway, the next day it's David's turn in the helmet. He gets nothing.
Nope.
Not a thing. Ben is disgusted. He's like, "Why do we get all this wild visions and the visionary gets nothing?" Like, the guy who sees things for a living gets nothing. This does bother David, so he does confide with Sister Andrea about it. And Sister Andrea says, from her perspective, what is obvious is that because David's visions are not generated, David doesn't generate his visions. They are coming from God. They're not coming from his brain. They're coming from God. So stimulating his brain or doing anything to his brain is not going to actually matter.
Yep.
Except it will rewire him in such a way that he's not as open to the visions anymore, which is what she tells him. She's like, don't do it again. Because the gift you had, it's temporarily gone, but get to work fixing it and do it right now because Leland is amping stuff up. He's coming after us. The three of them go to see the Monsignor. David appears to be speaking for the group when he says we do not recommend that the Vatican further investigate this because people see hell. And, okay. So we're going back to these discussions, especially this discussion that Ben had when he was trapped in the sub-basement and he was having these memories of things that his grandmother had told him about people being tormented in their grave and stuff like that. So the Monsignor's like, well, if people are seeing hell, is that really a bad thing if it causes them to believe in God? Kristen kind of goes along with this. Like, hey, if this drives them into your arm, hey, everybody wins. But David makes the point, which they've been touching on throughout the season, which was if you come about your faith out of fear, is that really what you all want? Is that really what the church wants?
Yeah.
And Kristen's like, well, why does it matter? You're like, well, it does matter because it's a different thing.
Yeah.
And David is visibly taken aback when she has this attitude.
Yep.
And the Monsignor, he's like, what are we doing here? This is not what any of this is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Ben is with David because he's like, look, I saw my mother. It was a terrible thing. I still can't sleep. So Ben and David are both like, it shouldn't go further. This is another situation where I feel like the Monsignor's mind was made up. Because he's like, okay, this was helpful. He's going to send that thing to the Italians. We already know he's going to. He doesn't care. He's made it clear. He's taking Kristen's side here. I almost don't know. Why'd you even send them? You wanted to hear what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
We get some of these scenes. We have David is meditating. I guess he's trying to kind of reset himself, get his groove back with the visions.
Yeah.
He's using this metronome that Sister Andrea had given him earlier. And Ben is at home, and he cannot sleep. He can just hear his clock tick. So everybody's kind of hearing stuff. Mm-hmm. David's got the metronome. Ben's got the clock. Kristen's in the tub, and she's got the water dripping. She's getting her own zen back, but then here comes fucking Andy. Hey, let's talk. I mean, basically, he wants everybody to kind of get domesticated. Like, everybody just settle down, and this is really, I think, all about Andy's insecurity.
Yes.
He comes back, and, I mean, maybe she's overwhelmed with the kids a little bit, but, like, that doesn't change just because he shows up. Exactly. But she's taking care of everything. She's got this whole life outside of him. And that's what he wants her to do. He wants to go get a job. He wants to get a job at REI, and she can quit her job with the church, which is, right now, the only reason that anybody has health insurance.
Yeah.
She's like, work at REI. Did they make you an offer? He's like, well, I know people. Like a 9-to-5 regular office job. And I was like, but you haven't even talked to anybody. You're making plans for your life based on conversations you have not even had yet.
Yeah. And he's like, and we'll kick your mom out and you can have your office back. Thanks for figuring out the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what she wants to do. She's happy.
I think, though, so this is Cheryl, under the guise of taking up for Kristen. She has clocked Andy's insecurities.
Yes.
And she is manipulating him to pressure Kristen into doing a thing that will get her away from the church.
Yes.
Because Cheryl, whatever she is, I don't know what she is. Is she a witch? And I don't mean like a Wiccan. I mean like a fucking Satan on the Black Sabbath type of witch. Anya Taylor-Joy, that kind of witch. Right?
Okay.
I guess that's what she is. I don't know.
I don't know. She's something.
She's something. Well, either way, she wants to get Kristen away from the church because she understands that is bad for her.
Yeah.
And okay, really, this is Andy's purpose. This is a very narrow, shallow character. His entire purpose, every time he comes up, his entire purpose is to be used by other people. I mean, like here, literally. Well, I know some people. Well, you got nothing. You don't even have an interview yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It just shows you. Cheryl, she's a pro, man.
Yeah, she is.
He found these maps, these little maps that Kristen had drawn.
Yes.
So she's explained to him it's a therapy tool. When I'm mad at somebody, I like draw their house.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, at least, was it Lila? Which one of them? told him that it was maps to go kill people.
The fuck?
Where did you get that from?
I was wondering the same thing.
Was this something that Cheryl slipped in her ear at some point?
I don't know, but it was weird.
It kind of bothers me. I like a lot of things the show does, but this kind of bothers me because, like, all of it seems just out of... Where did all this come from?
Yeah, it's just all quirky, yeah.
Yeah. I don't... Yeah, and so she gets all upset because she's like, well, I don't want my kids to think I'm making maps to murder people.
Yeah.
But are you? I don't know.
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
We don't know.
That's weird.
It would be weird if she was murdering people.
Well, it'd be weird.
Well, I mean, if that's maps for that.
And telling her kids that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, Lila had to have gotten that from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I just don't know where.
I don't know where either. It's all very weird.
Because I don't remember seeing her draw those maps either.
I don't either.
So.
But I think she does a lot of things that we don't see.
Yeah. She might have already done David. We don't know.
No, they would have shown us. We definitely would have seen that. Yeah, because so we got all this stuff with the weird cross scars at the beginning of the episode. And now we see her, after all this, going downstairs with the rosary and heating it up and burning herself.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I guess, is it some kind of, I mean, we're going back to like the self-mortification. We had a couple episodes with The Exorcist, like the implications of self-mortification, but what the fuck? This is weird.
Yeah, self-harm. Self-harm is dangerous to start with, but a crucifix on your belly?
Is it self-harm? I mean, like, I know self-harm there's a lot of reasons people do it. Is that what this is, though? I mean, or is this some kind of weird fetish?
I mean, I guess it could be a weird fetish, but I automatically thought self-harm because she was doing it to herself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Causing pain.
But why would I don't know. Anyway, I don't know.
I don't know either. I just go with what I see.
I feel like we got a lot of information in this episode. I like this stuff with the maps and the stuff with the self-harm and all that. I'm like, this is all coming out
of brain stuff.
Well, no, I'm talking about specifically the brain stuff with the core of the episode. I'm talking about this other stuff that's kind of off to the side. It came out of nowhere and we never hear about it again. It drives me insane the way this show gives you stuff that seems like it should be important and then just forgets it.
Yeah, because I don't remember seeing anything else about the crosses on her, the crucifix markings on her at all.
No.
So... And I mean, the house thing, that never really comes back up.
The maps and stuff? Yeah.
So, I mean, all this extra stuff, well, what was it for?
I go back to they had a plan and they never got to finish the plan. Like, how much of this would have come back, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like they throw it in like a bone for you. They throw it in and they're like, let's see what people think. And then they're like, let's not finish it.
Maybe we'll use it later, but
yeah. We can come back to it if we want. If we don't, Yeah.
This episode felt really bad about that, but anyway.
Yeah, it did. It was still a good episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I love the fact that Kristen kicked some ass.
Yeah, her beating that guy down was great.
That was great.
And the girls, I love the girls. The girls kept watching the video of it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
They were all proud.
I would have been proud of my mom if I had.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would have been proud too.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, man. I like the core of the episode, the stuff with the brain experiments and everything. And I like the confrontation between Leland and Sister Andrea.
Yes.
It was just some weirdness here. Just a little bit of weirdness that, why are they doing this? But it's fine. I mean, it still was a good episode.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, that does it for episode 8, B is for Brain. We will be back next week with season 2, episode 9. In the meantime, check out our other podcasts at Deconstructing the Dark Passengers, podcast about all things Dexter, and Outside Food and Drink, which is our movie podcast. For the month of April, we're doing April Fools and The Menu and Knives Out, and both Ready or Nots. So if you want to check that out as well, all that information is going to be in our show notes. And you can also email us with any questions or comments to correct my theology or whatever. I don't care. It's fine. Till next week when we talk about episode 9.
Later.
Later.